Hi everyone, thank you for joining us. Just give it another 2 minutes for everyone to sign in, and we will get up. Get up. Thank you. And I think we're good to go. Hello and welcome to today's webinar about Venture for Canada's 2021 Fellowship Program. Thank you for taking time out and being here with us today. My name is Lyudmila Belinska, and I'm the Talent Acquisition Lead at Venture for Canada. It is my pleasure to introduce my amazing colleagues, Carly Corkum, Atlantic Partnerships Coordinator, and Anna Smith, Training Manager, who are joining me on a regular basis every webinar to answer your questions at the end of this presentation. Before I begin, if you want to connect with us on social, this is our handle at Venture4Canada on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. This is a great way to stay in touch, stay updated with any announcements, and learn more about fellows, interns, our community, our training, and that is where we often feature some of the employers we work with. Today, we will be talking about Venture for Canada, our fellowship program, eligibility criteria, selection and admissions processes, participation fee, bursaries for the fellowship program. I will introduce you to the VFC's internship program, and we will be happy to answer any questions you might have at the end of this presentation. So don't hesitate to type in your questions during the webinar in the chat box or in the Q&A section, and we will go through them at the end. This presentation shouldn't take us longer than 25 minutes, so let's start. So what is Venture for Canada? Venture for Canada is a national charity that focuses on accelerating the growth of Canadian youth, startups, and small businesses through immersive learning opportunities and an expanding entrepreneurial network. We run two programs to support this. Our flagship program is the Fellowship Program that connects recent graduates to full-time employment opportunities at startups. And in 2018, we introduced our internship program, which supports post-secondary students by connecting them to internships at small to medium-sized enterprises with the aid of a wage subsidy program. Venture for Canada fosters community and economic development through developing the entrepreneurial leaders of tomorrow. How do we do this? We connect recent graduates and students to job opportunities at startups and small businesses. We provide cutting-edge training in work readiness and entrepreneurship, and we develop talent pipelines for startups and small businesses by pre-vetting and training young talent. So let me break it down for you a little bit more. VFC has been around for 7 years, and we like to say that we're still in the adolescent stage of our own entrepreneurial journey. Venture for Canada was incorporated as a non-for-profit by Scott Sturt in July 2013. This year, we welcomed our sixth cohort of fellowship members for a total of over 330 fellows. Currently, we operate across 9 provinces with the goal of continuing to grow and operate nationwide. Within our programs, we have representation from over 35 universities and colleges across Canada. We have students from many different types of schools, everything from business programs to liberal arts students, from college students to PhD candidates. As of today, Over 1,800 recent graduates and students have participated in our internship and fellowship programs combined. Now let's talk about the fellowship program. Our 15 months fellowship program is open to recent post-secondary graduates who are looking for an opportunity to develop entrepreneurial leadership skills through full-time employment and training. Venture for Canada Fellowship Program offers recent post-secondary graduates an amazing opportunity to jump into the world of entrepreneurship. Through job search support and dynamic training, you will develop the entrepreneurial skills you need in order to thrive at a startup or even build a business in the long term. VFC Fellows will receive expert support, coaching, and networking opportunities to land a full-time job at a Canadian startup. Complete 1 year of VFC's exclusive entrepreneurial training and join our supportive, diverse, and very active VFC community. Now, let's take a look at each of these components closer. Finding full-time work is at the top of your list, and that is why we make it easy for you to connect with hiring startups through our online job board and virtual networking events. You'll be connected to small, high-growth startups from across Canada and hired into your first new grad job. You might wonder why working at a startup is something you should consider. Well, working at a startup is an incredibly rewarding experience for a few key reasons. Even though you might be coming to a startup right out of school, specific structure in startups will often give you the opportunity to wear multiple hats. This could be anything from helping with developing the strategy to getting input on the product. This way, you get to try and test what you like to do and offer support where you can. Opportunities for growth at a startup are exponential. If you're one of the few people at the company who knows the ins and outs, the opportunity to move up in the company is accelerated. Many high growth potential startups will have multiple job opportunities opened at the same time that you have visibility into. We see this with our alumni, where 60% of them are leads, heads, directors, or managers of teams within 3 years, versus in other industries where growth often happens only if the people above you leave. Working in a startup can let you build the skills and give you the insights, but also introduce you to future mentors and potential investors if your end goal is to find your own venture. So, why go through VFC? We make it easy to connect with hiring startups across the country through our closed online job board and community only virtual connect events. Our partner startups are vetted by our team to ensure that they offer many different opportunities to our fellows, and this allows us to find jobs that you will not find on many job boards. Startups have very different talent acquisition methods to big corporations and often lack the resources. They often don't post their jobs, but rather tap into their own personal networks. Even if you do find one of these opportunities on a public job board, the average job posting gets 300-400 applicants. So, unless your resume is looked at the right time by the right person, the likelihood of getting hired through a public job board is less than 3%. Our partner startups are located in British Columbia, Ontario, Alberta, and all of the Atlantic provinces. Employers are connected to the fellowship members via job board, connect events, and personal introductions by our team. Last year, for example, we had over 175 partner startups who signed agreements with us across Canada. Our partner startups pay competitive full-time salaries and work across various sectors, providing a wide range of employment opportunities. These are just some examples of the startups we are working with: Ripen, Thinkific, Brightpoint, and common roles they hire for are business development, customer champion, operations coordinator, business analyst, and tech positions. Now let's talk about the virtual entrepreneurship training as a part of the fellowship program. We know what startups want in their employees, and our network of entrepreneurs have taught us about the skills you need to be an entrepreneur, innovator, or hustler. Our entrepreneurship training is designed so that you develop the skills you need to land and succeed in your startup role. Your job seeking supports are available right away. Our curriculum helps you focus on what you want from your next position and gives you the support systems to make that a reality. Once you have landed your job, the first year of entrepreneurship training really begins. We kick it off with a 3-week intensive virtual training camp. You will learn from entrepreneurs, business experts, VFC staff, and each other, and build the core entrepreneurial skills to start your new job right. Throughout, you have access to the VFC community. Get help from, learn from, and create new things with other graduates in your cohort and those that came before you. Lastly, the Entrepreneurs Library. Hosted online, this space offers live sessions, frameworks, and templates, and online courses to help you solve a problem at work, grow your skill set to advance to your next role, or prepare to go your own way as an entrepreneur. Imagine a community of young, entrepreneurial people across Canada that are there to support you, share experiences, and lay the foundation of your professional network. What you're picturing is our VFC community, home to hundreds of diverse, curious, and innovative people who are passionate about entrepreneurship and making an impact. Community aspect is one of the cornerstones of the fellowship program. Some members of the fellowship program struggled to find a community like this while at school or outside of it. The UFC community is a very active space where everyone supports each other in many different aspects like skills development and life support. Participants of the fellowship program say that within this community, they develop their skills and knowledge way faster as there is so much support coming from everyone. There's a quote by entrepreneur, author, and motivational speaker Jim Rohn that goes, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." And while you have met great people throughout your university careers, it is different from what you will experience in the startup world. Venture for Canada connects all the leaders from the post-secondary institutions across Canada to build an ambitious and high-achieving community that understands the context of the ecosystem. In the long term, you'll be connected to an amazing network of people who can support your personal and professional goals. Our fellows tell us a key highlight is the access to a community that expands across Canada and beyond. Through our community, VFC's reach goes beyond just the time our participants spend in our program. Through VFC, lasting relationships are forged. Participants have gone on to live together, work together, some have become business partners, and some have become life partners. Ultimately, a lifelong network of strong bonds is formed among a group of highly ambitious individuals with diverse experiences and skills. We have put just a couple comments of our fellows about the program and community. Greg, VFC 2020 Fellow, graduated from the University of New Brunswick, and he values the most the wealth of experiences and expertise they all are able to share with each other and draw on as they begin their careers. Nicole Plant is VFC 2019 Fellow, who graduated from Western University, and she thinks that the community is the best part of VFC. Getting to meet, work with, and keep in touch with such a diverse group of fellows keep them open to different perspectives and working styles. It was so impactful for her to see different learning styles and approaches to leadership and problem solving based on such a diverse group of experiences coming together. Manav is a VFC 2020 Fellow, and he graduated from the University of Waterloo. And for Manav, VFC has been instrumental as it has provided him with an alternative career path to just working at a big company. Quality mentorship from VFC staff, valuable insights from older alumni, and job opportunities through the job board, connect events, and introductions. So what are the eligibility criteria? You should graduate between fall 2018 and spring 2021. You should hold a post-secondary degree or diploma from a Canadian post-secondary institution or be Canadian who has studied abroad. You must be legally eligible to work in Canada. International students are eligible to apply to the fellowship program as long as they can get a post-graduation work permit or any other open work permits after their graduation. You should be available to begin to start searching for work as soon as you're accepted. And something that VFC is looking for is lifelong learner, eager and committed to complete our year-long training program, as well as we're looking for adaptable, driven, and willing to learn to deal with ambiguity applicants. Here's how the selection process works. First, you'll fill out our two-step application form. We want to get to know you and see who you are on a paper. The fall applications intake will be closed on October 29th. Next, you will record your video interview. From the comfort of your own space, pre-record and submit a short video based on a question we will send you. We want to get to know you beyond what's on paper and see why you're a great fit for the VFC's fellowship program. Industry leaders, VFC alumni, and our network will have their eyes on these. After that, you'll go to a virtual selection event. This is where you can get a taste of our training program. This event isn't only a way to get selected through group challenges and networking, but it's also a professional development opportunity, whether you make it into the fellowship program or not. Fall selection events are currently scheduled to take place from November 26th to November 30th. If you successfully progress through your application, you will receive an invite to choose a date to attend the selection event in mid-November 2020. So what happens after getting selected? As we said, once you are selected, you will start looking for a job right away. Fall acceptance fellows will look at starting in late December, and spring acceptance fellows will start this in April. You'll get one-on-one support from our partnerships team as you apply to jobs on our exclusive job board and connect with partner startups at our community-only virtual networking events. Next is training. Technically, you will already be getting training in job seeking, resume, and cover letter support. But after you get a job, you will start the 1 year of entrepreneurial skills training, including monthly training opportunities, VFC's renowned virtual training camp, and exclusive access to the growing VFC community. We will celebrate all that you and your peers have accomplished over the past 15 months and gain the lifelong benefits of the alumni network. Join the Alumni Council, share your learnings with future fellows, continue your entrepreneurial career development. The possibilities are endless. So now let's talk about the participation fee and bursaries. How much is it to apply? It's nothing, it's zero. Applicants receive tons of value from our selection process, from interview and application practice to building a network through our selection events. This commitment to learning is a part of our social impact. Is there a fee to participate in the program? Yes, there is a $1,000 all-inclusive fee to participate in the program. This fee is broken up into two payments. $500 due when the contract is signed after being offered a spot in the fellowship program, another $500 due when a fellow starts the training in late summer 2021. Most post-graduation courses, week-long boot camps, or professional development courses are double the price of our 15 months commitment to you. What if you cannot afford that? Is there any financial support available to cover some of the cost? Yes, VFC is proud to offer expanded financial support to 2021 fellowship members in financial need through the VFC Entrepreneurship Bursary Award. The bursary award will be up to $2,000 per fellowship member with a minimum of $550. To qualify for a VFC Entrepreneurship Bursary Award, you must demonstrate financial need. This includes student debt and/or family household income. Questions or concerns? Reach out to VFC team. Lack of financial resources should not impact your ability to participate in the program thanks to our supporters. If you want to be considered for a fall acceptance, please apply by October 29th at midnight your time. It is only a couple days away. Mark it in your calendars and don't forget to submit your application. We will be sending out the follow-up email after this webinar where we will include the link to apply via, or you can simply go to our website and do it there. As I have mentioned before, Venture for Canada has two programs, fellowship and internship program. Venture for Canada internship program offers post-secondary students the opportunity to get short-term work experience in Atlantic Canada, British Columbia, Alberta, Manitoba, and Saskatchewan. The majority of the jobs are for the 4 months period. Students can participate in our internship program multiple times before their graduation. As a bonus, our program fits the requirements of most co-op placements. Applications for the internship program got opened as well. VFC internship program is a federally funded program and therefore requires a couple of eligibility criteria for students. You must be full-time or part-time post-secondary student, and you must be Canadian citizen, permanent resident, or refugee. At this time, international students are not eligible for the internship program. If you or somebody you know might be interested in the internship or fellowship programs, please let them know about these programs and connect them with us. Now it's a time for us to answer your questions, and you can type in your questions in the Q&A or in the chat box. I see no questions coming up, but I hope that there will be some questions. And there's a question from Fabiana. If I apply by the October 29th deadline, but I want to participate in the spring fellowship, would I have to apply again? No, Fabiana. If you apply at the fall time and you are getting selected and being offered a spot in the fellowship program, we will just transfer you to the spring fellowship program and you don't need to reapply again. Yeah, no worries. And there's a question from Juan Antonio. If you're graduating in May 2021, will you be eligible for COPE internship opportunities? Um, Juan Antonio, I would like to clarify some information. So the fellowship program is for recent or soon to be graduates. If you're graduating in May 2021, you can apply for the fellowship program and you will be able to start job seeking process and land a full-time job at a startup or small business. Internship program is for current students who are looking for a short-term employment and who are not graduating yet. So if you're referring to the internship program, you will not be eligible for that. But since you're graduating in May 2021, you are eligible to apply to the fellowship program and start looking for a job at a startup or a small business. Another question from Fabiana. The first step of the application said that they will send another email confirming I'm eligible and with the application link, but I didn't receive a second email. Fabiana, you should have received that email. It might have went into your spam folder. I will write down your name and we will check if we have received your application and we will reach out to you. We have your email because you registered for the webinar. So stay tuned. And there's a question, can I apply if I'm graduating in June? Well, officially, you can apply to the fellowship program if you're graduating by spring 2021, which means the 31st of May. When you're saying that you're graduating in June, I assume that you will have your graduation ceremony in June. Am I right? If I'm right, then you can apply to the fellowship program. But if you're graduating in June, unfortunately, you should be waiting for the next fall application in 2021. Fabiana, if you're still here, I have a question to you. Um, Can you please tell us when you're graduating? Just in the chat. Thank you. Ceremony July 2020. Okay. Okay, we're good. Juan Antonio, I'm also waiting for a follow-up email, but I didn't receive any email in my spam. Could this be checked too, please? Yes, Aiden is there with us and he will be checking that with you. Fabiana, so we have checked your application. Thank you, Aiden.